Hello everyone, greetings from Germany. After my last video, long-term test, I received a lot of questions about the bike. Mostly about the modifications, how I did it, how much they cost, what exactly I did, why I did it, and so on and so on. So I decided to make this video to give you more details about each one of the changes I already made. So we're gonna talk for modification made as cheaper as possible. So we all know the simple way. It's called credit card. With your credit card you can make everything you want. You can spend thousands of dollars or euros and make your machine a super bulletproof machine for any kind of terrains. But today we're gonna speak about a simple, cheaper way to transform your bike from a standard motorcycle to something little bit better, or whatever, capable to do whatever you need. Just keep in mind that it's all based off my experience, and I'm not pretending to be an expert, and it shouldn't be used as the manual or whatever. So I cannot take any responsibility of the actions you're gonna take with your bike, so just keep it in mind. One more thing, sorry for my English, but it's still better than your Bulgarian. So many years ago, a friend of mine, Englishman, very good man, decided to learn Bulgarian. And yes, the deal was simple. I have to teach him Bulgarian, he needs to teach me English. So after a couple of days, he just gave up and said, you know what, forget about my Bulgarian, let's improve your English. So this is what I can do. So let's start with the simple one, the frame. So everybody who decided to riding off-road know that the bike needs to be as light as possible. So this bike is already heavy. It is about 210 kilograms right from the shop. So it is a little bit heavier than the bike you need to go off-road. But the most heaviest part of that bike are the frame and the engine. So you can't do anything with the frame, you can't do anything with the engine. So you cannot spare any kilograms from both. Forget about it. I used to ride enduro bikes or motocross bikes. So the first idea I have in mind was to change the front forks. The question was, what kind of forks, how much they cost, what can I do? So I decided to go with the forks from Yamaha YZ. Just the standard forks for Yamaha YZ 450 or 250, whatever, they are all the same. When you plan to change the forks, of course you have to change the triple clamp. So I decided to use the same triple clamp for the original forks from the Yamaha YZ. Of course it's not passed to the frame. So what basically I did, I just press the stem, take it out, put the original stem, press it in, and just mount it to the frame. Some modification required on the top, the screw need to be changed and some small spacer, but in common it was very cheap and easy to do. The next step after I changed the forks was to change the wheel. I decided to upgrade it with the lighter one from Yamaha YZ, XL rim, very light. And I changed the disc. I just mount one brake disc, 320 millimeters, with the original Yamaha YZ brake caliber. And of course spacer required here. But again, all together it was $100 for the rim, 150 euros probably for the disc, include the spacer. So all together for about 250 euros. 250 euros the change was made, and I spare about maybe 6 kilograms. The original wheel with the brake disc was 11 kilograms, so this one with all changes was something like 6 kilograms. Single brake line, bought it from a motorcycle shop, 5-6 euros. Very simple. When I change the forks, I need to change the fender. So at the beginning I use a high fender, the one for the model, mounted here to the triple clamps, but I don't really like it. It was like it was buffering too much on the windy conditions. So I changed it with this one, It is for KTM 990 Adventure. It needs some modification here in the bolting mount and some extension here. It's not so pretty, but it's really worked great. I changed the forks, so the next step was to change the bar. I upgraded with 28 millimeters, much stronger, and also it has this curve shape here, and it's a little taller than the standard one, and it gives me a little bit more centimeters when you stand up. Also, I mount this 2 centimeters risers, and with these 2 centimeters and curves of the bar, I have exactly the height I need to ride stand. Keep in mind that if you raise your bars with more than 3 centimeters, you need to extend the cables, or when you turn left or right, they will just stick. Finally, when everything was done, I mount this soft cushion on the top, just to prevent me to break my nose in the hard steel. So finally, when I change everything, I have a new forks, new bars, new triple clamp, new wheel, new brake disc, and I still have the original one. And what I did, I sold it. So the money I took from the original one when I sold it was about the same I spent to upgrade all of this. So until this moment I spent zero. So the next step was exhaust. The stock one, 2 pipes with the plastic, very heavy, very heavy. I think it was more than 8 kilograms or 11 kilograms, I couldn't remember now. So the one I bought is from SR Racing. Steel, very light, altogether is 5 or 6 kilograms, something like that. So you can also choose the option with the titanium one, which is even lighter. It's coming with the DB killer and Euro stamp. Without this stamp here, you can have a lot of problems when you're riding in Europe. The sound is not that impressive as a Kropovic, but the price is 3 times less, and I really don't mind about the sound. The stock tail was until here, with the indicators on the side, all of this plastic bullshits here, so it was too heavy. What I did, I just used the metal frame, which was original one, take off everything and mount the number shield on the top, and then the indicators I just mounted on the frame. That's all. It cost me nothing. I just ripped the old parts and used only that one. I bought a very cheap stoplight, designed some kind of plate just to be possible to attach it to the frame, connect the cables, and that's all. It worked perfectly already, as you know, 100,000 kilometers. So next step was the seat. Oh, it should be my first step, but anyway. So the original shape was like this. It was looking perfectly, very good. Optically, when you see the bike, it was great, and you're thinking, oh, this is the shape I always liked. But when you sit enough, hour after hour, mile after mile, you realize this is not the best shape you would like, because of this huge curve. You're always sliding to the same position. When you stay on the same position for many hours, your boots are just so painful. I decided to upgrade it. What I actually did, I used the original plastic form, plastic shape, or the plastic basement, and change only the foam and the leather on the top. So the foam was already designed for the model, and I bought it from eBay very cheap. And the leather, it's not exactly like leather. It's something like a neoprene. It's never get wet, so it's very useful and never sliding. And also, it's very hard. I tried to destroy it so many times, but no, it's still working perfectly. And now the original, I sold it for 80 euros. So I bought this for 50 and sold the original for 80. So 30 euros plus. When I bought the bike, it was with power commander, so I save about 500 euros. So it is mounted under the seat, connected with all the cables. You can find a detailed information about it in internet. Change the air filter, the one from Cayenne. Take off the snorkel. Now the bike breathes much better, and we have about I don't know, maybe 5 horsepower more. Plastic covers from Honda XR. They make the bike to look more optically completed and prevent my saddlebags to burn from the exhaust. Very simple, mounted to the frame with these 2 bolts, and the one underneath I use just zip ties. GPS holder, very cheap, very simple. Attach it here with the zip cables, and I always use my a simple, cheap GPS from the car. It's nothing special. It's Garmin somehow, I forget the name of the model, and just wiring to the plug sockets here. That's all. Hand guards or hand protectors. I bought the model from Acerbis, the one with aluminum frame mounted to the bar, very secure, but it hasn't got this wind protection. So I already have one from Touratech, but it was only plastic. So from the both models I redesigned and made some kind of custom model. So I use just the top wind protector from Touratech and the bottom from Acerbis, and it worked for me. You can see a lot of evidence that they were used properly, and they work absolutely great. I use 10 cm taller screen. I still have some buffering in the helmet, but it is much better. I changed the pegs. Very cheap, made in China, bought from eBay for $10. They need some changes here, a little bit bigger hole here, a different bolt mount, but it cost me nothing and they work absolutely perfectly. They gave me this great wide surface when you're standing, especially when you're riding off-road. Brake pedal, foldable. What I actually did, I bought the model from, I think was Suzuki DR, with the foldable lever here at the end, and use the original one, mine. So what I actually did, I cut them both and just welded together. The Bosch plate is handmade from a 3mm aluminum shield. Cut it, welded, all made by myself. It cost me no more than 30 euros. Here is one of the main pipes going from water pump to the radiator, and I don't know why, but Yamaha decided just to leave it just like that. So any small stone or rubber or metal part or anything what is going from the street could just make a hole on your pipe, and then antifreeze will leak and actually you're stopping on the road. So what I did, I just I made a simple protection. Use the plastic pipe, the one from designed to protect the electric cables. Cut it in half, mount it here, use the zip cables, and with this protection I think I just double secure the situation. The original gear shift was too long until here and too weak. It was bending every time when I go down or whatever. So I bought this from Touratech and changed it. It needs some modification here because my riding position it's a little low, so every time when I was putting on gear it was hitting the frame. So I really need to cut it here and make it to work perfectly. I also bought this engine protection, so if the chain break down, I hope this part here will save the engine cover. And another purpose of that element is that you can clean easily this part from a lot of mud and any kind of dust coming from the riding off-road. And finally here I have some toolboxes. So this was from the old model of Yamaha XT. I mounted here, and inside I keeping all the tools which I needed for the rear wheel and changing the tires, levers and stuff like that. On the top one here, the tube one, I keep all of the rest of the tools I needed. Here I have some other spares which I probably will need. So with these 3 basic toolboxes, or whatever it's called, I have everything I need. So all the tools are already checked, proved, and I have exactly the numbers I needed. So everything is organized during the years. So basically that's everything I have made to my bike. If you have any questions or comments, just leave it below, and I hope this information will help somebody to make a better bike or to have a better experience with the bike he already have. Ride safe and see you somewhere.